Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So today we're starting sort of the next environment in the Pathfinders project, which is a big, dark, wet, foggy swamp marsh area. And we're going to put a city or at least a large village in it, but we need to create some of the assets we're going to need first before we can do that. So I think today we're going to start with maybe some plant stuff, and then we'll maybe make a small outcropping area of the city. So we'll just sort of get our feet wet in the swamp, so to speak. The first thing I want to do is think about some plant life. And overall, I'm thinking that this is going to be low, swampy mounds of earth sticking up out of the ground. And I think maybe something like bamboo would look pretty cool for that. So I'm going to grab some bamboo and use that so we have it at least as a reference in our object. And I'm going to, let's see, yeah, just get rid of these right now. And I've got some bamboo from Botanic. So let's go get it. You loading? You actually going to load this time? No, it's taking too long. There we go. Botanic. Search for bamboo. There we go. And this is just to get our scale and an idea of what we're looking at. We only need one. I'm going to move this out of the way. So that's, and then I'll put a person so we get an idea of what that looks like too. Yeah, that looks good. So we're looking at like tall, spindly, bushy things, about twice as tall as a human at their maximum height, which seems about right. And GX, let's move those off to the side. So I want to create, the first thing I have is I kind of want these like trees or whatever with glowing orbs lighting up this space because I think it'd be fun. Let's go. See if we can find where it is. Any tree. Let's see if we can't make a new curve tree. Yeah. Add a new curve tree. And it's going to let me draw. Right, mode, yeah. Draw. That. Okay. Something like that could work okay for us. We can warp it out a little bit. I don't want it to be too stemmy, but we're going to have to do a little bit more to it than that, I think. Okay. Starting point, though. Tree source. Yeah. Tree system. Is it here? Yeah, any tree. There we go. Let's put it so we can read it a little bit. First off, let's give it more detail. Tune the shape. We can tweak it. Kind of, it's just a, I think it's just a seed essentially, like a micro seed. There's a bigger one. All right. Kind of cool. I want a bit more randomness. Mesh resolution, I'm going to take it down to 0.1. Profile resolution, I'm going to take it to 8 should be fine. We don't need growth. There we go. Okay, sure. Gravity. Maybe we'll give it a little bit of gravity. Joint smoothness. Maybe not. Yeah. We'll see later. Trunk. Thickness multiply of like 0.25. I want it not that much. Well, maybe. Trunk 1. I think it's the whole thing. I thought there was a way to do that. Let's see. Distortion, if we want to bend it more, just a little bit. And minimum thickness of our branches, good. Maximum thickness of 0.05. There we go. That's better. That might be a little too small. Let's go 0.1. Something like this. Remove lower than. Is it even doing it? Doesn't look like it. 100. No, it doesn't even be doing anything. Growth 2. Gravity tune. Yeah, that looks better. It's still very flat. Can we edit it? And not this one. Tree source. Edit it. Come on. Tab. Edit mode. Right. Kill that. And kill this. No. Come on. Doesn't let me edit it. Oh, there. Well, let's come back in. All right, fine. Morning, Rob. Good to see you. Kind of like this one, but I want it to be a bit more. Can we punch up this detail a lot? What does that give us? That's better. It's still going like very straight though, which is fine, I suppose. Let's see, joint smoothness, 0.05. That's a little better. Distortion, gonna wonk it out a bit. There we go, that's looking cooler. Kill our strength down, so it's all right. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I don't know we need more than 8. I think 8's fine. Mesh resolution, we could go lower. Let's see, 0.05. We're still very light on this one. Let's get rid of our dude, see how light we are. Yeah, we're still very light. We could take it higher than that. Yeah. 0.01. There we go. Straighten it. I don't want it straightened. Yeah. We want it to be bent like that. That's not working for whatever reason. Get rid of the straighten on this too. And joint smoothness. 0.1. Take it more. No. Okay. I just want to edit this thing. It's not letting me. Well, all right, whatever. Let's see. Import materials. Great. Sure. And import leaf materials. Sure. Let's give it some leaves. Start there. Use leaves. Am I gonna get any? Is it too small? Max thickness. Let's go to 0.2 again. See if that. No, I liked it smaller. Leaves count 500. Oh, right. Gotta give it a collection first. Leaves, green leaves, A. Yeah, that's too much. Okay. 20. Okay, that is better. Scale minimum of 0.1, maximum of 0.15. Yeah, something like that. Pretty good. Leaf count 100. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Now, I want to try something else. And that would be, I'm going to make a new object. And icosphere with a 1 on it. Yeah. And apply all. I just want to test it now and move it to new collection, orb. Okay, and I should be able to just turn off orbs. It doesn't need to be turned on. If I come over here, leaves B, collection orbs. Mix of A and B of 0.5. Yeah. Way less than that. 0.01. Okay. Cool. Scale minimum of these of 0.2. Scale maximum of 0.3. That's kind of cool. Remove from the ground up to 2 meters. Yeah. They have no stems. What does this do? Okay, that's just 0. Bend stem just rotates them randomly. Okay. Cool. That's not bad. Leaves. Mix AB 0.015 gives us 3. And I think I want to set our orb scale minimum to 0.05 so we can have some different scale, maybe even 0.1. No, 0.01. Okay. We're gonna have to work on it some more, but that's not a bad first thing. Can I duplicate it? Let's see. Shift D, GX. Yes, I can. Makes a different one, but it does keep in the same place. Delete it. Okay. Let's keep it going. Come back to here. Bark material. Do I have bamboo? Bark bamboo, yes. Let's see. What's that? Tree. Source off. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to raise up my brightness a bit. 8. Let's see. Create UVs. Yeah, warning 1. Input junction has unfit curve. I built it with your thing. Whatever. Fine. It's fine. I'm going to go to orbs again. I'm just going to select that. And we're going to edit it. 1 tab. GZ1. Oh. Down till it's like right there. Yeah, shrink. You have to UV it to get it to do that well. Um, it's going to be depending on how. Um, yeah, that's a UV problem more than a shrink wrap problem, and it is a little fiddly. Yes, I should save this sucker. Where am I? Z paintings, pathfinders. No. Cool. Yeah. New 250609 one live stream swamp. The easiest way to, the alternative is to UV it, give it a separate UV for your decal, I guess, if that's what you're doing, and then apply it that way. So it is a bit of a pain, though, for sure. Okay, so we got that. Now, I'm going to make my life difficult because I like to. What's going to... Shift-D, scale, 1:3 cursor. Okay. And then, great, that. Move the overall everything, and then tab, and plus, assign. I'm going to get a glowing light, which is just going to make this thing render forever, but I really want it, so some days you got to do it. Cool, I think. Add material, strength of 2. Honestly, if you don't mind spending money and you're doing it for hard surface stuff, go buy decal machine. It's not that expensive, and it will make your life just infinitely easier on this. I don't use it personally, but I've heard really good things about it, and I think it's probably going to be helpful to you. Let's see. The abstract we want to use. Could actually try glide in general. I'm not sure that glide really works. Yeah, no. It's not really glass, although it might be close enough we could use it. But let's look and see. Dirty glass. Okay. Base color of that. This color is going to be more like there, and this color is going to be more like there. Yep. Yeah, I feel you. I know those tasks. Do we like it like that? Let's see. Turn back off orbs, turn on tree source and tree system. Okay. Are we upside down? Or is it just the way it's looking? I think maybe doubling it's just going to be too much for what we're trying to do here. Let's keep playing. I like the idea, but it's not working yet. Orb on, tree systems off. Okay. Let's just edit. I'm just going to delete the inner one. So it's just that. Okay. Now, we could just make it just a straight emissive light. So let's look at our options and see which we prefer. So that's just an emissive light. Not awful. Pretty straightforward. I think I'd want to have a little bit more color to it than that. So let's try that. Maybe let's go about doing it this way. I also wish I could get it sticking out, as it were, instead of coming out of our leaves as much. Let's try. Orb. Tab. Edit. Inset. E. Scale. There we go. Shift S2. Tab. Object. Set the origin to the 3D cursor. There. Cool. Now let's see what we got with tree systems again. Are they coming off of it, or is it still... Oh, where am I? Orbs. Bend stem is 0, just so I can see what it's doing. Okay. Yeah, okay, it is coming off the stem now. It's a little bit weird, but yeah, that's working. I could even make it slightly longer, and that might be good. So what? Tab. Plus, invert, GZ. Okay. I don't want to add too many edge loops because every one of these we add, we're going to have to deal with multiple times later. Meaning, as we instance it, there we go. Something like that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yes, that is much better. We're still going to get some overlap, but that's okay. Okay, and then back at it again. Tab, plus, 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 assign, bamboo bark. Now let's take a look what that's going to do for the UV. Doesn't look like good, does it? Not really line it up right. Smart UV project. It's still not really lining up with whatever texture that is, but we might be okay anyway. I think we're going to turn these off though. Back to the emissive. Okay. Now, let's take a look. Okay, better. We definitely need to smooth it though. Okay. Back and forth. Okay. 2, just like that. Yeah, sure. Automite goes a little further. Control bevel. Up a bit. 3 is a good number usually. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So now let's edit this thing. And I'm going to change its name. It's going to be bamboo orb light. Save. Okay. Shading. Just going to look at it. Okay, so right now it's got this color. It's pretty straightforward. You could do this a couple of ways, but let's see. Shift A, search, hue, saturation value. There. Add it in. Come on. Great, whatever. Oh, I see. Right. Color. Grab that individual color there. Okay. And color to here. Okay. And then Shift A, search. We could do Voronoi. Voronoi is sort of an easy one to always play with, to start with. Distance to hue. And it adds that to it, which is kind of fun. Let's go to 4D. And Manhattan. Nah. Euclidean's kind of the best. Scale. Punch it out. And instead of it being full, because right now it's 0 to 1, we can do Shift A. Map range node. From 0 to 1 to minimum of 0.45 to 0.55. And that's makes it so now it's going to be variations reasonably close to this one. And I think I like that. And do a different one. Shift D. Let's go on Musgrave, though. Why not? I haven't used a Musgrave in a long time. Where are they? Come on. They used to have a... Where's the texture? Texture. Where'd my Musgrave go? Did they join it into another one? I think they did, actually. Noise. No. Well, where was Musgrave? Come on. We'll go Gabor. Doesn't matter to me anyway. Value to value from... So our default value is 1 right now. So we can go from minimum of 0.75 to maximum of 1.25 and take that into actually strength 2. Okay. That's kind of neat. But let's go, if it's 2, it's 1.5 to 2.5. Okay. Now let's take a look at our Gabor texture. And we're going to go 3D, scale, frequency. There's a way to warp this, wasn't there? Phase, intensity. That's it. We'll do intensity to value there. And that's giving us, it's hard to even tell, but just slight variations in the brightness, which I think is cool. Oh, they moved into noise texture? Got it, thanks. I thought they did, actually. Then I didn't see it, but it doesn't matter. Gabor's cool, too. See what happens when you haven't used something in a year? You're like, oh, I haven't used Musgrave in a year. Oh, we got rid of it, right? Maybe because no one was using it. Okay, Z8. That's cool. It's looking better. That's still kind of all right. Orb. Object, shade smooth. Shade smooth here too? Well, maybe. But it's fine. Let's just adjust it a bit more. I want it to feel light too, so like in weight. Not in brightness. Tab. Okay. 3. S Shift Z. Bring that in like that. There we go. So like they're little puff balls that might even take off later. Yeah, much better. Yeah, it happens. I kind of remember, then I didn't see the noise immediately, but I didn't look very hard, as you saw. So, okay, save. Now let's take this tree system and duplicate it. And I'm going to try to solo it. Okay. Now, I want to... Can I just realize everything? I can't remember. Let's see if we apply all. No. Got to realize leaves. Great. Then apply all. Where are we at? I can live with a 20,000 poly tree. That's acceptable to me. Great. So that's our first one. We just move it. New collection. Orb trees. Turn them off. Turn back on our tree system. Okay, great. So we got him again. Now let's give him a different seed. Only has one, but that's fine. So Shift D. Oh, well. Undo. Shift D. Is it still set to realize? No. I should check that on the other one. Realize. Apply all. M. Orb trees. Okay. Back to our orb tree. I'm just going to set the default to being, where am I? Realize leaves. And different one. Another one. Let's actually make it a little bit taller. Something like that. Sure. Okay. We'll do that. And Shift D. Apply all. Cool. And M. Orb trees. And maybe one more. And I want a bigger one. So let's take that up. Okay. And maybe out a little bit too. Doesn't really seem to change much. Let's give it a different seed. That's not really a... I mean, I'm fine with that as a stem, but let's... Okay, sure. Leaves B. Cool. Let's gonna give it a bit more. 0.02. Yeah, just gives it a few more blobby things. Nice. I like that. And Shift D. And realize it. Apply all. I kind of want to keep our original around now, just because we might want to make more later. So I think I'm actually just going to save this as orb tree base. Now, if I ever want to have it again, I can go back to it without having to keep it around our file here. This guy, just because he's here, I got to do one more. And I'm actually going to give it orbs, scale minimum of 0.1, scale maximum of 0.5. A couple big orbs, yeah. I like it. And we just apply this one because we've kept all the other on the other side, so apply. Great. Orb trees. I'm gonna get rid of tree systems, tree sources, tree starts. Great. Orb trees are on. Cool, and our bamboo, just for scale reference, is there. That looks cool. Morning, Shayla. Good to see you. We have just finished making some weird trees. If you can call them trees. Let's see how they look like. Oh, I like that. They're doing well. And I like, there's the color changes in those orbs are subtle, but let's look what happens if we turn our light down. I bet you it'll be better. Strength of light 0.1. Yeah, 0. Might be even a little strong, but you can see some variation there, and it's cool going through it. I think I like that color. I don't know. This is going to be a very foggy swamp area in our world. So it's going to be kind of lit by these things. So they give us some natural light we can throw around, which is dark and fun. Okay. So we got our tree systems. And I feel like once we start applying geoscatter magic to that will be more than enough. All right, save. I'm just gonna turn them off, and we're just gonna delete the bamboo because I don't need it right now. Okay, so now we can start thinking about a ground. They do look like kelp. There's sort of a kelp bamboo crossover that I like, and that's kind of what I wanted them to be. So yeah, all right. Shift A, mesh, circle. And we're gonna say radius of. We don't actually need to go huge because it's going to be so foggy. Let's say 75, just because I like overkill. Okay. Tab, fill it. Okay. And then we are going to duplicate, well, what do we do to duplicate it actually? We're going to quad remesh it to 250, remesh it. Okay, and that one is going to go to new collection, ground. And we're just going to keep the original, actually, this circle here. And we're going to move it to new collection, water. And, all right, our ground, we're going to leave water turned on just so I can sort of see what it's doing to our ground. Ground. Again, we're looking at, well, maybe I won't leave water turned on. Tab. We want to do some like smallish islands throughout this thing. Make sure that's on. Yeah. GZ up, and we're going to make it bigger. We don't want to go up more than like a meter maximum. Yeah. 1. And then Control I. And then select, checker, select random, deselect. We're going to deselect 95% of them. And then GZ down those to create some deeper areas. Okay. Save. Just to give AutoTrainer something to play with. Terrain, trainer base. Let's turn back on water now. That's really pretty close to what I wanted. Something like that would work really well. We could raise it up slightly to bring us to have a slightly more ground, but I think we might just go with that. I like it. Love it when it works out right the first time. We could smooth it. We could do all that stuff to it. I don't think there's any need. Just going to apply it. And water, we're going to take it and Q solidify it down. Just a little bit more. So it's great under everything, and apply all. So our water material has volumetrics in it, so that's why it's nice to have it actually be a solid instead of just a plane. Now from here, we can move on with this part really fast. And then we'll actually have some time to get some man-made stuff in there, or people-made stuff in this world. We're on the water, so let's just go ahead and give it a material. That's this one, polygonic. We're going to use the pond because it's just a great water material for this sort of thing. We'll make it editable just in case. And take a look. And that's what we're at so far. The default material from AutoTrainer will probably work for us too. I think we don't need to stress too much about that. And we applied it already? Yeah. Okay. Let's now start playing with some geoscattering, and then we'll do humans. Geoscatter emitter is going to be our ground, and biome scatter, open biomes. We want, where's my junglescapes? It's the one that has bamboo. Is it this one? Blind? No, it's this one. Jungle Forest 2, I think. Yeah. Bring the whole thing in. At least take a look at it. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, debris, ground cover, Phylostatus, yeah, whatever. Can you just call something by what we all know its name is? No. Upward obstruct, collection, water. Now turn that on. We got those things growing everywhere on our ground. And I think that that's bamboo. I'm like reasonably sure. I might actually cut them down a little bit so it's not quite as many. Like half. Half seems good. Okay. Then let's turn off geoscatter. Find our orb trees. Select them. And we're going to scatter. I don't think they need to be clustered. So just a straight up random. Let's try this one just for funny. Why not? Select from viewport. Scatter the objects. Great. And let's move it into Jungle Forest 2. Turn that off. And turn on geoscatter. It's way too many, yeah. Although they're neat looking. They are cool looking. Okay. Let's see, instances per meter, 0.1. That's better. Rotation, vertical influence, yes. Give it an 85% instancing. Align, normal, and rotate. Yeah, that looks good. Scale. Seems good. Okay with all of that. I don't mind them going near the water right now. That's okay. Oh, I don't know. I've been learning it slowly over the last 7 years, and I'm still learning it. So, yeah, I don't know. It really depends what you want to do with it and what your expectations of how good your stuff is. I think you can learn the basics of it very quickly, and then I think from there, really depends. So, I found it a lot easier than Maya. I can put it that way. Yeah. definitely cool. Now let's turn it back on so we can see what they look like in relation with those. Yeah, I think I might want them a little bit bigger, just a little higher than our default scale is. I can always make them, if I make them 2, is that better? I think that might be better. They kind of pop up out of there. Yeah. Sweet. Definitely our trunks are a different color, but it's going to be mostly dark anyway. I'm not too worried about it. I can always come back and fix it too. Okay. Let's just see. Dead leaves. We'll turn it all on just for a second. I think we should be able to fit it. There's not that much space once you cover everything else up with water. Ground cover and debris. On. Okay, yeah. Take a look. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. I think I can get rid of dead leaves. I don't really have any. Yeah, I guess we do have leaves. Yeah, we'll leave it around. We'll leave it alone for right now. Oh, come on. Did I hide group instead? Yeah. I do not want to hide collection. My crazy undo history. Come on, Blender. Well, in the meantime, while it's undoing its thing, let's come to the other Blender here and let's load up Platform Generator. Because I think we're going to want it for man-made stuff. Although we're not ready for it yet, but just so I can be doing something. There we go. Yeah. Cool. And turn off geoscatter again. Oh, I see. I was going into accident. I went to Eevee. Eek, gross. All right. And I'm going to hide those trees just so we don't have any ones other than the ones in our scatter. Okay. Other things we could do. Let's do water, actually. Yeah. Let's go with an aquatic biome of this one. Oh, no. Oh, fine. I put it on the wrong thing. Okay, gone. Good. I'm going to rename cluster to orb trees. Great. Now pick the water. And biomes, yeah, aqua biome 3. And we're going to set it's also having an upward obstruction of ground. Let me turn on geoscatter. Cool. So now we have grasses growing through our water, which I might even get rid of because it's kind of not accurate. I kind of like the grass in general, so maybe what we'll do, turn off geoscatter, high grass, and I'm going to copy selected system, delete the system, come over to ground and paste the system, but not put it in jungle forest. So it will not be, it will go underneath the water as well. So we turn it on, we turn off jungle forest, turn on geoscatter. Okay, yes. So now the grass is growing on the ground, which is mostly not covered up by water, but occasionally where the water is low, it pokes through, which is how it should be. But the lily pads and such are floating on our water. Take a look. Yeah. And I think actually with our lily pads, just because I'm a little bit nerdy, which if you know me is I'm a lot nerdy. Let's go back to that water circle and our 2 lily pads and 1. Change our, go away, I don't need any of those. Proximity, repel from ground, but not far. Just enough that it's not running into our ground. Minimum of like 0.25. Yeah, cool. So now we'll get rid of the ones where they're like intersecting there. This one, same thing. Repel, ground by like 0.15. Yeah, because those are smaller. Great. So now the lily pads don't come quite to shore and they don't intersect with the ground. Hey, Michael. Good to see you. Again, nerdy, but fun. And we're at 51. We're doing great. I like our orb trees. I like our ground. Just start building some stuff. We're going to use platform generator, but I think first we're going to start maybe with some hero items from Big, Medium, Smalls, Water Village, because it's going to be real similar to what we're trying to do. And we're just going to go with the 2K version, not the 4K. I think I called me nerdy, but fun. Let's see. So this is like a hero house, basically. Let's see. We're still working out kind of how we want the platforms to look and what we want to do for the village. And by working out, I mean we haven't started yet, but it's not in my brain yet. Okay, there's that. Let's turn off geoscatter. There's our house. Turn off water too. Let me see where it's going. Is that too far? That should be okay. Actually, it looks like it goes down even lower in this thing, doesn't it? Because those should go pretty much to the water. Let's maybe move it. Individual origin. And take it down to it's almost to the water. Okay, so it's like that. All right, that's fun. Take a look. Yeah, that is fun. They did a really good job on this kit. And it's good for a lot of stuff besides just these sort of water villages. This is actually maybe the first time I'm going to be using it for what it's kind of closely supposed to be made for. I don't know, RE7. I'm not a big video game player. So I guess Resident Evil, but I don't know. Let's see. Maybe another one over here. Very high up on this one. Okay. Down. Maybe we'll put this one kind of in the ground itself, so it's like that, even though it goes further, but you know, hey. Or kind of half ground, half water. Let's see, like here. That could be fun. Yeah, like that. Okay, and then we're going to need to, both of those, new collection structures, because on geoscatter on the ground, so not the water one, but retopo circle, jungle forest, orb trees, and these need to have an up, yeah, culling mask, upward obstruction of structures. Turn on, and this one also needs to have upward obstruction structures. Nice. I hope that my goal is to inspire people to do work on stuff. So that's cool, legitimately. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. But we'll also need to put so they have to go further away. But yes, that is going to be sweet. That's exactly what I was hoping for. By scatter, proximity, repel, structures. Let's say 4 meters on that one, and 4 meters on this one too. Cool. On. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm really psyched. Because all those are glowing too, which is going to be neat. Okay. And let's turn it off again. And let's build a little platform action going on too. Collection, I'm just going to grab it first. We use the hell out of this one, but we're going to keep using the hell out of this one just because it's so abstractly weird. It looks good. There are ones that are like a little bit more well organized, and those are actually not bad. I think we might wind up using this more for the village. Actually, maybe we'll use this one. Maybe I want to change my mind. Let's just make sure that it's not steel, but I think that's wood. Yeah, that's wood. And a little bit more organized. Cool. Changing my mind, because I like the lanterns. And collection. Paste it all in there so it's out of our way. Okay, and then G. Off to the side, get it out of the way. Cool. Now, I want to build Shift A, mesh, plane. Yes, cool. GZ up and tab 2, EY2. Cool. And GZ up till there. Cool. Tab 7 EX2 like there. Gives a starting point. And then tab, I'm going to say EZ and GX. Come on. Where are you? Turn off proportional. Okay. Cool. That to this link. Copy modifiers. Cool. This, and now we get rid of the big one. This one, M in structures. Yes. Oh, the houses are big, medium, small. They're JAMAs. And I did not make them. The platform, this is a platform generator thing that is on, what's it called? Superhive now, they call it. It's probably my favorite plugin overall. The trees I made before you showed up, I think. And we're going to do a bit of both. But we're going to make some of our own houses in a sec, too. This base terrain is ground. Okay. We have that. I might push it out a little bit. Again, pillar, is it pillar angle? No, it's up at the top. No. Where's my angle? Bevel, angle, randomness. I'm going to add a randomness of 0.1. Missing pieces of 0.1, just because we like a little bit of chaos. Misaligned pillars, 0.1. Yeah, where was it? I miss this every single time. I have to be like, where was it again? Base angle. There it is. 5, 10. Throw those out. Yeah, 10 looks good for that. How's that looking? Good. And our lights are lit? Yes, they are. Cool. That's actually really pretty cool. Digging it so far. Now, I'm going to turn it off in edit mode just to make my life easier. Tab tier and 2 and 7 and EY2. There we go. Platform there. And then I'm going to Shift D, GY, GZ 2.5. Sure. Grab that loop. Edge loop. Control E, bridge edge loops. There we go. Although maybe we don't need them all. Let's just keep the center one. We got stairs like that. Yeah. Cool. And yeah. I'm liking this. Let's keep editing. And we're just going to go EY. Come on. Y2. There. Cool. And then we're going to go Shift D, GY to there, and here, bridge edge loops. Okay. But not done yet, because let's see. This needs to be its own material, just sort of a base, whatever. So we can come in here and make that a bridge. Cool. Might want slightly less of these poles. Let's see if we can cut them down just a little bit. That's, is it in details? Scatter on perimeter. Minimum distance 6. Yeah, it cuts in half. Density of 0.75. So mostly, but they're kind of irregularly scattered now. There's just a few too many of them before. That's better, I think. I like our little bridge. That's cool. So the idea is this is sort of the edge of town. So it will kind of continue that way, and we won't see it in this particular shot, but that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. So again, back to here, tab 3, and I'm going to take this, actually, just these two, or these 4, Shift D, G to here, and 2, Control E, bridge edge loops. Assign that material to there. Cool. Another bridge to that. Then to there. And we'll make this one our stair. Okay. And EX2 cross like that. Cool. And then here, that's what that's going to look like. It's going to double our platform. Yeah, that's fine. That's all right. I like that. Actually, let's just take it here. And here. It's a ladder. Yeah. I'm going to have to duck and weave underneath those supports, but that's fine. All right, so that's coming along. Build some more houses now on top of this, either our own or from big, medium, small. Let's do a bit of both. A bit of both is always good. Let's try this one. Excuse me, stretching. Okay. To here. Yeah. That'll line up almost right. Close enough for the government work we're doing. It's a big house, which is nice because it'll help block our line of sight a little bit too. And it's probably not quite tall enough to stand on our ground. Let's hide the water and see. Then we decide if we care or not. Make sure it's also not collection. Oh, yeah. Structures. Okay. So nothing's in collection that I need to worry about. Good. Water. Turn it off. No, it's coming through. Cool. Everything is tall enough. Just. I get weirdly concerned about things like that. Okay. Then let's put another house over here. EY -2. Cool. And then 3. Grab those. Shift D, P section, get rid of them. Then we have to come back over to here, and we're going to get rid of the modifier on that one because we don't want it. We do want to scale it. Individual origin. Oh, right. Object set origin to geometry. Scale it in just slightly. There we go. Rotation scale, tab, A, E, 2.5. And I'll have to fix that, whatever, scattering on top in a minute, which is fine. We can do that. And we'll deal with our roof in a second, too. Okay. Let's go grab Housecraft. Do I still have it up or not? Don't see it. Open. Don't save. Housecraft. Which I need to upgrade, actually, but we'll do it later. Copy objects. Back over to here. Back to collection. And paste. And get those the heck out of the way. Not that it really matters, but this object to this, link, copy modifiers. And we just delete that one again. And turn off collection. We should be good. Yep. Okay. Pretty good. We need to give it, it's going to be door. ID door. And come over here. Turn on the original geometry, tab 3. That's going to be ID door. Just check to make sure it's working right. It is. Cool. All right. And then again, edit. Turn off original geometry. This, not that. This, and this. We'll make ID window. Cool. Now, because we've done that, we should be able to let's see. This is the pain in the ass of dealing with it this way, but whatever. Do we want to leave it? If we leave it this, it'll curve. Kinda. That's fine. We'll do it that way. And that should be now. Yeah. My windows all went away. Didn't they? Didn't they? Or did I not actually assign them? No, I did. All right, tab 3, 1, K, K, XC. Gonna cut through here. Great. And then this, 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 this. I'm gonna assign to that material. Oh, let's see. Do I get my windows back? No. Holy moly! Howdy. Okay, so where do my windows go? Are they just too small? I don't know. Let's see. Original 2. Let's see. Turn off proportional. Yeah, it's not big enough. Okay. There's a window. And let's see if that'll do it. Yeah, windows. We got a neat weird little stripe down the middle. That's fine. Turn it back on. Good deal. Okay, actually, might be kind of neat. Do we want to put a porch here? Going out? Nah, we'll just leave it as a house. Just simple. Keep it simple. Okay, so we got that house there. I think we want another small one up here, but very small. Let's grab it. Shift D. Up to here. RZ90. GZ 2.5. Get it up to the right height, right? Yeah. And then just want to delete that. Or shrink it down, but let's see, maybe the best way to do that would be get rid of that. Now I want to see what our materials are. Cool, it's still good. And then 3 coplanar and GX in until it doesn't let it work anymore. There. Okay. Hey, Patrick. Yeah, that works. Cool. We need to move it in object mode. Bring it to like there. Cool. I like that. Again, this is like the opening area of this village. This is the edge, so let's see. What happens if we, on this one, because there's a because we got a structure, let's see what we get. EZ1. Maybe not. Yeah, house is in my way. Maybe not those 3. Yeah. So we just take this and smush it off the side. Cool. And yeah, that'll work. I'll have to move the door, but that's fine. This sucker. No, don't. What did I do? I don't want to do that. Do not make single user. Don't do that. Okay. Turn that on is what I want to do. Solo it. Actually, let's do this one. And make it a door. And then let's make, actually, let's just make this one a default. And this one a default. Cool. Yeah, there we go. That works. And all this is in our structure, so it should be playing nicely with our geoscatter, which we'll check in a second. But now it's time to do some sky and some fog. Okay, we want near dark. I want this whole area to be very dark pretty much all the time. That's sort of the color script for this zone. It might have daytime. We're never going to see it. SGRmaker. Import. So we're going to find cloudy tonight. Yeah. And we're going to look till almost dark on this one. Not quite dark, but like, I think 1079 looks good. Let's see. Unlock needs to be on. Great. Add it. Yeah, I think that's a good level of dark, particularly when we add in our fog. What we're going to do now, save. Okay. Fog. Ground fogs. We're just going to go with God Ray Fog. Actually, we could do God Ray Fog noise. Make it more, we'll try it. I don't always like it, but it might be neat in this one because we're going to be heavy. S, Shift Z. Cover our whole space in fog. Okay, 1 GZ. We're going to bring our fog up over our water because overlapping volumetrics suck. That should be close enough, it's fine. And tab 3, 1 GZ up above our roof. Rotation scale. Shading. Yes. Shift A, search. Volume scatter. There it is. Color to color. Density to density. Volume. And Mie. And we're going to need to sort of pick an establishing shot angle that we want to see, at least to look at. I don't know. What's a cool looking angle for this thing? Something like that, maybe? Let's set it up. Camera. Alexa. The lens. Oh, come on. Anamorphic. 35. We're going to need to go bigger than 100. Clip end of 250. Yep, that sees everything. Resolution. Panavision. Let's take a look. It's going to be very dark, particularly until we put in our... ooh, yeah, that's cool fog. That's kind of the vibe I want to go with. Like, we're going to hide a lot of stuff on this one until you get up close, which would be different from how... The feeling is always like, oh, I want to show all the cool stuff I did. But I think this time we're going to try not to show all the cool stuff we did. That's going to be the push. Geoscatter on. And then we get up close, we'll get some close-up shots that have detail, but yes, you're thinking. Cool. Okay, we need to go up a little bit then. Over like that. Focus on, I think, this house here, although it's not going to matter because they're all going to be foggy. Well, let's see what it looks like. First pass. Only 10 million faces. Is that all? Okay, so we can even go darker. Those are neat. Exposure, 9.5. 10. Excuse me. So this is the overall look I kind of want to go for. It's very hard to see what you're looking at this space, but I think that's really kind of fun. And I've done so many like more clear shots. I want to see if we can make this work for a little bit. The color variations are definitely working now in that orb as we get closer. I mean, as it gets darker too. Just to see, because we don't want to necessarily 100% agree. With fog, we take it to 0.5. You start to see more, but I'm not sure that's what I want. No, I like it higher. We're going to go with the very wet fog. Yeah, this is a 4090 card, which does help. I have to agree to that. We're sitting at what? 17 gigs of VRAM right now. Which is why people make scenes like this in Unreal Engine, is because it's a little bit more forgiving for bigger scenes. But I think I'm going to do it this way. I am going to go down a little bit again, and maybe over to the water more, and down, just so we get something in the foreground. Like that. I think that's going to be more effective for us. And I want to put a boat in there. And I think we have one from Water Village. I would hope we did. Yes, we do. Turn off Geoscatter again for just a sec. And kind of a raft boat kind of thing going on down here. Let's see. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I want to put it here. G1. Okay. Something like that. Oops, is it floating? It is floating. Looks all right. I don't have a person in it. And the issue is going to be that these are not humans, but maybe we can use a person and have it be dark enough that we won't notice for right now, till I can get some non-humans made. We're not going to focus on her. Doesn't really work, but I don't think anyone's going to notice that she's jamming her foot through the other thing. We're going to move both those things to M, new collection, boat. Let's see. I don't mind that she's got an Asian vibe to her, but she can't be human later on. But that's very dark. I think that'll be good. We can get rid of her hat. And that might help too. Or leave it. Could leave it. Yeah, we'll leave it. Why not? Turn back on geoscatter. Okay, and that should give her some light. Save. Let's see. Those orbs should cast a bit of light. Probably not too much, but hopefully enough that we can see her. Otherwise, we'll fake it. The hat also helps keep her from being terribly obvious. Did I pick it? Yeah, I did. Come on. She's pretty dark. We'll give her a little bit of light. We'll fake it slightly. Looks badass, though. I'm definitely into this. Nice. It's good. I like Blender. It's a little bit weird sometimes, but I feel like it's a good. I mean, I think calling it free at this point is silly because if you don't buy add-ons, you'll never be professional with it. But at least you get to pick what you spend money on instead of like Maya, where you just have to buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need. So, lights, Shift A, light, area, GZ. I get a little frustrated sometimes by people who don't want to spend any money on it. And it's like, well, then you're not going to ever do anything really well with it. But no, we don't want. We're going to go with color this time. There, and we need to set it to visibility. Sorry, not scattering into volume, and we'll leave fog off. We'll leave geoscattering off, so there won't be the quite accurate lighting, but I don't feel like those bulbs were giving us enough to really mess with her yet. Let's see. Okay, so that now we need to punch up a lot. We always start with a bunch and you bring it back down. 500. 500 is a little high, but actually not as high as I had thought it might be. Just to get a nice, silly little illustration rim light. 200. Save. Turn back on geoscatter. I'm sure there are, Patrick. I've reached the stage now where I don't buy as many as I used to. I feel like I have pretty much everything I need, which I wasn't sure I'd get to. Like when new things come out, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I can do almost everything I want to do now with the ones that I have. So I have, like, the last Blender sale happened over American Memorial Day weekend, and I bought like one $3 thing, I think. I was like very, very low key about it, as opposed to years past. Very true, Michael. Yes, it can be free, but if you're learning it to get into the games industry or whatever, let's see. How's this going to do for us? I feel like it's going to be good. Yes. Yes, she feels lit by those things. It's utterly fake, but it doesn't give us any more detail other than just there's a person there, which is what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. I think we are in good shape. And we're almost right on time. I'm not even going to go over as much this time as we did before. Somewhat famed for going longer than I planned on it. Come on. But I didn't turn off geoscatter before I tried to switch back to solid mode, so it's going to be slower. Got to do it at least one time. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we made, sort of start from where we're at, turn off scatter. Come on. Come on, scatter. There we go. We start off making some trees here. And we used the any tree add-on for that. And it's just kind of a spindly little thing with some glowing orbs on it. We saved off these 5 to give us some variations in our forest. Then from there, we did our land, we did our water, we used the big, medium, small houses, and then platform generator to build us the basis of our scaffolding, and then housecraft to build us the basis of those 2 houses. And we got everything loaded up, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. It's kind of like, even good rule of thumb, right? Like if the composition looks cool in grayscale mode like this, it's probably going to be all right. And I feel like this is a good base layout composition for what we're doing. So this is going to be the next area that we're going to spend at least a little bit of time in over the next week or two. We're going to sort of move from here into the more urbanized area in this style, but it's all still going to be very foggy, very dark, and have those weird green lights kind of floating everywhere, which I think are going to be fun. I'm really excited about it. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me today, everybody. I really appreciate it. I will be back again tomorrow, same time. We'll do some more stuff. I might try to make myself a humanoid figure to use for the people who live here in the meantime. And if I do, then we'll probably rig it tomorrow morning too. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.